a pair of 1,000-pound twins. What do they have for breakfast? First, each has a box of pizza, the largest size. Each has a bottle of cola, the largest bottle. Drink straight from the bottle. After finishing the appetizers, Mom brings the main course. Each has 10 egg pancakes and 2 chicken patties. Pour a whole box of honey. Finally, another big bucket of drink. They should be full now, right? Not yet! The sisters drive to a fast food restaurant, bought 2 Big Mac meals, went to a secluded place and ate heartily. 4 servings of fries, 6 burgers, 2 strawberry sundaes. Finished in a few minutes. Bought 2 more meals before leaving. Each has 4 smoked hamburgers, 2 servings of cheese sticks, 3 potato cakes. They originally planned to eat it for lunch at home, but one of them couldn't resist. They opened it and started eating on the way. Before they got home, they finished it. At this point, breakfast was finally over. This is not a fictional movie. It's a real documentary. The twin sister is named Kandi. The younger sister is named Brandy. They live in Vancouver, USA. Together, they weigh over 1,000 pounds. They're heavy bodies. Make them breathless just getting out of bed. Walking feels like carrying sandbags on a needle's point. Their whole bodies ache unbearably. So what exactly is the reason that made the sisters become like this? It's thanks to their unreliable parents. Their father is an addict, and their mother is an alcoholic. They spend their days in a drunken stupor. Who still has the energy to take care of the kids? So to make things easier, the parents would throw a bunch of food at the sisters every day, letting them do as they pleased. Over time, they developed a habit of binge eating. At 6, the sisters were harassed by their father's friend. He would touch them all day. The hateful thing is, their father didn't believe his own daughters. He ignored them. The sisters could only seek comfort in food. Later, their father was arrested. Their mother became depressed and almost committed suicide. The sisters, with no one to rely on, could only live with their grandmother. No one cared, no one paid attention. This made the sisters even more dependent on food. By high school graduation, they weighed 300 gin. Now they have reached 600 pounds. Life has become difficult to manage, especially the older sister. Often experiences symptoms of difficulty breathing. Obviously, their organs have already started to fail. Grandma is very afraid that one day the sisters won't wake up. So she suggested they go to Houston to seek help from the weight loss expert, Dr. Now. And she is willing to do everything she can to support them, including emotionally, physically, and financially.
Your heart's not going to be able to handle it. I can't lose you guys.
Grandma's words directly broke the sisters' defenses and strengthened their determination to lose weight. A week later, accompanied by Grandma, the 3 of them embarked on the difficult journey of weight loss. These are severely overweight twins. The younger sister weighs 587 pounds. The older sister weighs 604 pounds. Layers of fat are stacked together. Every time they bathe, they need a large brush to clean the gaps between the fat. Even putting on clothes has become a painful struggle. The harm caused by obesity is far more than this. It has already endangered their lives. They finally decided to come to Houston to seek help from weight loss expert Dr. Now. Before entering the hospital, each sister ate 6 hamburgers and 4 servings of fries. As they say, you need to be full to have the energy to lose weight. But when they got on the scale, they were stunned. They knew they were fat, but didn't expect to be this overweight. After Dr. Now inquired about their eating habits, he learned that they can eat 8 meals a day. Their intake is as high as 30,000 calories. Moreover, they think alike and act alike. They are accomplices in each other's obesity. This synergy makes losing weight even harder. The only way to save them now is to have gastric reduction surgery, but their current weight doesn't meet the surgery requirements. Dr. Now advised them to go home and lose 50 pounds first. Only after reaching the goal can surgery be scheduled. Then, Dr. Now gave them a diet plan. They're required to eat only 3 meals a day. No carbs, only protein and vegetables. Daily intake should not exceed 1,200 calories. Additionally, they need to increase their exercise. Initially, the sisters weren't very confident, but it was their grandmother's words. That sounded the alarm for them.
To have something you're not supposed to have, just ask yourself one question. Is this bite worth my life?
Yeah, others might lose weight just for beauty. But they are losing weight to save their lives. So from this moment on, the sisters are no longer each other's enablers in obesity, but are now weight loss supervisors. They support and will encourage each other, strictly follow the weight loss diet, and to increase their exercise. Each bought a puppy, walked 10,000 steps a day in the name of walking the dog. They kept this up for a month. When they returned to the hospital to weigh in, the older sister lost 68 pounds. The younger sister lost 70 pounds. Both exceeded their goals. They were so happy they couldn't help but high-five. Next, as long as the physical exam is fine, they can schedule the gastric reduction surgery. But the test results were not optimistic. The older sister's heart is overburdened. It has already started to fail. Can't withstand the pressure of surgery at all. Although the younger sister's heart barely met the surgical standards, the risk is still very high. There's no choice but to continue losing weight to reduce the burden on the heart. The renowned doctor asked them to lose another 30 pounds within a month, then come back for a follow-up. After going through all this, the sisters became more aware of the dangers of obesity. So this time, they were stricter with themselves. They didn't eat an extra bite. Exercise was no longer just walking the dog. They added other activities. With their joint efforts, the older sister successfully lost 32 pounds. The younger sister also lost 32 pounds. Their weight has dropped below 500 pounds. The two happily couldn't help but clap their hands. This time, can they be approved for surgery? This 600-pound girl is going to have weight loss surgery. The doctor will reduce her basketball-sized stomach to the size of a ping pong ball. The girl nervously wipes away her tears. Next to her is a girl who looks exactly like her. She is also in tears. After the examination, Dr. Now only approved the younger sister's gastric surgery. The older sister's heart still can't handle the pressure of surgery. She still needs to lose more weight. Although the older sister is a bit disappointed, she thinks it's actually a good thing. After all, the younger sister will need care after the surgery. If both had surgery at the same time, there would be no one to take care of them. Then the younger sister was taken into the operating room. Her heart barely meets the requirements, so the anesthesia time should not be too long. The surgery must be completed within 2 hours. Fortunately, Dr. Now is very experienced. The surgery was successfully completed in less than 2 hours. After returning home, the older sister took care of her younger sister, while continuing her own weight loss plan. Since the younger sister had just undergone surgery, she couldn't accompany her for exercise. The older sister had to go to the gym alone. This was her first time acting alone since birth. She felt very uneasy, but she knew she had to work hard to meet the surgical standards by next month. Otherwise, if something happened to her, her sister would surely lose the courage to live on. In that case, all their efforts would be in vain. When a person has a goal, success naturally follows. With such effort, the older sister lost another 32 pounds in a month. She finally met the surgical requirements. When she heard this news, she was overjoyed. Dr. Now was also proud of her, because the older sister's heart is relatively weak. During the surgery, the doctor was even more cautious. Fortunately, the surgery was successfully completed. But there were problems with the post-operative recovery. The next day, the older sister suddenly stopped breathing. Her heart also stopped beating. It turned out she had a pulmonary embolism. The doctor urgently sent her to the ICU. After resuscitation, she regained vital signs, but she was in a deep coma. As for whether she can wake up again, it depends on her own willpower. The younger sister looked at her comatose sister. Tears kept flowing. She called out to her sister over and over. She believed her sister could definitely sense it.
I love you, sis. I love you so much. You have to fight.
Then grandmother also rushed over upon hearing the news. She also prayed repeatedly in her heart, hoping for a miracle to happen, because she knew very well, if she loses one of her twin granddaughters, it's like losing both at the same time. After being in a coma for a week in this state, the miracle doctor decided to remove the ventilator and try to wake her up. To everyone's delight, she actually responded. After examination, there was no brain damage, and she was very conscious. A miracle happened. The first thing she said after waking up was to her sister.
You weren't gonna leave me? You scared to leave me?
She said that while in a coma, she could feel her sister's emotions. She prayed to God over and over, "Don't let me die." Her awakening might be because God felt her sincerity and couldn't bear to separate the sisters. Soon after, her body fully recovered. The miracle doctor concluded if both of them persevere well, in the future they can lose at least 30 pounds each month. Once they lose weight to below 300 pounds, they can schedule skin removal surgery for them. This makes the sisters even more confident. At the same time, they are also full of anticipation for their future lives.